So good evening, everyone. We are back to Thursday nights and it's Natter. If you're listening in for the first time, then I interview people that are successful in business that are women. So it might be women that have new and have set up a business, established women, but in some way they tend to be empowering and helping other women grow. So you can listen in live now on Facebook or YouTube. So feel free to put any comments in and we will gladly answer them. If you're listening in on the replay, we will get back to you. And this also goes live to my Spotify and it will be on my Instagram TV tomorrow. So I've got a very exciting guest for us tonight. So who are we talking to? So, well, I'm 45. So a lot of my audience, I suppose you're between 35 upwards. And we are talking tonight really to women in business. You might be someone that's in a job. You might be someone that has got your own business. Maybe you're setting up a business and you're starting out, or maybe you're in some kind of leadership role. And, you know, we get to a certain age and a lot of us lose our confidence for many reasons. Maybe you've taken time out to have children. Maybe you've come back to a career, or maybe just your body shape is changing with age and it, you know, tends to make us lose our confidence in some way. Or maybe just, you know, you're looking for your new style because you don't feel confidence. And I've got to say, confidence comes from the inside as well as the outside. And this is what my guest tonight absolutely excels in and helps women with. So a little bit like, you know, we all have a personal trainer, or we have done in the past a long time ago. You know, it's very unique to have a personal trainer, but now it's become more and more common as well to have a stylist, someone that makes you feel great on the outside, but actually what Janine does is help you with the inside as well. So it's a package that works from the inside out. So what I want to do is introduce you to Janine from Own Your Style. So Janine, how are you? Thank you for joining us on Nat's Natter.
Oh, thank you for having me very much. I don't think I need to say any more. You've just summed that up beautifully.
Ah, amazing, amazing. And it's funny where our connection has come from, because, you know, one thing I've been trying to do this year is get myself out there on Instagram, get to understand it, because before then it was just my kids doing it. And, you know, for me, that's where I lacked my confidence. So I've had to put myself out there. And that's where I found you. And I actually started following you because I loved your Instagram. I loved the way you were marketing yourself, putting yourself out there, which is how we connected. So
it is. Thank you so much. But I don't think you knew at that time my background as much in marketing. So that's probably also where we aligned together, I think, probably because you could see that coming through from somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And probably what you don't know, Janine, as well, is my background was in marketing, and I used to be an account manager for House of Fraser. So I would actually organise their style shoots, but for their home.
Wow.
So I would be working with stylists, photographers, and I guess, I've kind of seen your niche there, and which is probably what attracted me to you. So for everyone listening, Janine, just tell us, what made you become a style coach, and what is a style coach?
Good question, because so many people ask me that. What is the difference between a personal stylist or a fashion stylist and a style coach? So it's really nice to be able to explain it. The difference really is as a style coach, we are trained uniquely to help people from the inside as well as the outside. So I am trained in NLP and life coaching skills as well as a personal stylist, because we believe that to look good on the outside authentically, you need to feel good on the inside. Because let's just say you weren't feeling like yourself as such, you weren't feeling as confident. You could walk into a shop and you could walk into a changing room and you could have a stylist who would help you, but they wouldn't know about you. They don't know your lifestyle. They don't know your personality. They don't know what really resonates with you. So you could end up buying something, and this happens a lot because somebody else says it looks nice on you, and then you get it home and it sits in your wardrobe. I don't know whether
you know that feeling. I've done that many times. It's just hanging there because it's just not you. You don't feel it on the inside.
Exactly. So women only wear 20% generally of their wardrobe 80% of the time. And I bet you everybody on here, if we could see their hands and I said, how many things have you got in your wardrobe, or who's got something with a label still on it in their wardrobe, hands go, ooh, guilty. But going back to your question, why I chose what I chose to do is because it allows people to connect with their confidence, reconnect with themselves, both inside, internally with the confidence, as well as then have the external confidence to wear what you look and feel good in. So it's about feel good, look good.
Yeah, because I think we've all bought a nice outfit, but if you're not feeling comfortable within yourself, it's not going to come across the same way, isn't it? Because it is about falling in love with you and loving yourself first.
And you know, when somebody walks in a room and, you know, people turn their heads, I'm not talking like whoosh everybody, but you see that confident woman in the room and we see her and we go, God, why? And sometimes it's not because they're like, you know, dressed in the most designer outfit or anything. They've just got a presence about them. And that's why,
And it is about how you hold yourself, isn't it? And that's the confidence that shines through.
Absolutely.
Makes you feel great. And then in, you know, whatever outfit, you're going to feel loads better anyway.
That's
it. What's the best part of what you do, Janine? What do you love most about it?
Oh my God. The best part is absolutely the total transformation. When I work with somebody and I take them through the process. So when we start out and we're pulling out their style, personality, their real signature style, their DNA. We work on that. When we work out what their colors are, when we work out exactly what style they want to portray, and we build that mood board and they reconnect and they realize they've been stifling it away. And why have I been doing that? Why, when I get older, am I thinking that I should just wear black? Or why am I wearing everything oversized?
When someone comes to you, do they think they know their style, or might you get someone that literally has no clue and they're just like, help, and you're kind of asking them questions, which I suppose can bring it out?
Both. And I say to people, come with an open mind, because sometimes people walk in and if I was to go to you, right, what's your style? You would probably say to me, I don't know, but for instance, you could go, well, I'm a classic or I'm whatever. What we go through a whole quiz as such, and I ask a lot of questions, but this is never, just do want to say this, it's never about me dictating to anybody. I work with people, support them and bring it out from them so that they have the confidence in themselves. It's never me ever going, don't wear this, you should wear that. If you remember Trini and Susanna from years ago, how they kind of went in and molested people, you know, like boobs and different things. Like that's not my tunes, but you know what I mean. And said to get rid of it.
My boobs.
Yeah. I won't be touching your boobs. You're all right. I don't want to go near them. Thanks. Yes. So I can't remember what your question was now. I've gone that off piste.
So do you do people come knowing what their style is, or are they totally just help me? Or
and I wouldn't say they're coming going help me. I don't think, sometimes people just feel stuck. They're stuck, or they're moving on, or they just think that they want, you know, to find a new style, or they just feel that they've just need to reconnect with it. So, you know, by the time I take them through the different processes, that's what you asked me. I take them through the process and we've gone through who they are and rediscovered that and reconnected. That's a real light bulb moment. And then we start going into the wardrobe. And after that, then we go shopping and then we bring it all together. And it's like an absolute transformational period for those people. And for me, seeing their smiles, I was working with the most beautiful lady today, and you know, she'd lost herself. And she was like, oh my God, I cannot thank you enough. I feel so amazing again. Thank you. And the trouble is, why do us women put ourselves last? We put everybody else first.
It's always the same. The people that I work with are women, and you know, always their goals are about their family, their husband, their home, and never about themselves. And I think, you know, we were just having a chat beforehand. Like I say, I'm 45. I'm definitely, you know, coming towards the menopause. I can feel those changes in my body. My whole body shape is changing. And although, you know, I'm in the same size clothes, they just fit totally differently. There's lumps and bumps in different places, and it does just make you think, you know, what do I want to wear now? What makes me feel good? And the one thing that's changed in the last year is the way we market ourselves. My business is very much face to face, whereas now it's all online.
Absolutely.
So we need those photos of ourselves to put out there to market us, which I guess is why your business is growing right now.
Yeah, I mean, you are your brand. You are your brand. People who think you can hide behind stock photographs and images, you know, to connect with people, as you know, we all hear this, the words, you have to be known, you have to be know, like, and trust, and those are like the 3 words that are so important. So you have to be authentic and put yourself out there, but to do that you have to have the confidence to do it. And a lot of people are absolutely amazing in business, but they lack the confidence to want to come on camera and do, for instance, what you and I are doing this evening, or literally even in stories on Instagram or Facebook, just put themselves out there. But marketing has changed. Yeah,
it's,
I mean, gone
time.
today. Yeah. Do you remember years ago, you just put an advert in a paper, in a newspaper, and that would be enough, wouldn't it?
And nobody knew you, and they spoke to you on the phone and they didn't see you. And when was the last time, you know, you picked up the phone and didn't see someone? It feels weird now if you're not on a video call. So you're constantly being seen out there. And I was talking to my team this week, you know, you've got to start doing reels on Instagram, because this is where you're going to be seen. They're like, it's so scary. I said, but remember the first day in your business, how scary it felt. It's just moving that comfort zone. But you've got to be wearing something that feels great, so you feel great, and that confidence comes through as well. So I can totally see, you know, how your industry is totally growing right now, and people need you. So for, you know, a businesswoman, a career woman, an entrepreneurial woman, why would you say, you know, confidence is key for them?
Because think of the situations that you have to get to put yourself in, get yourself out there, networking meetings online. You know, nobody enjoys a 60-second pitch, really. You know, but once you nail your confidence, and that's what I mean by nailing your confidence inside and outside, all of those things seem so much easier. You know, as I said earlier, you are the face of your business. And you have to get visible in your business if you want it to be successful. I think it's sometimes harsh words to some people might go, oh, but I don't want to. And I just think you have to. I think the only way maybe you don't is some product-based businesses, but I still believe you need to even product-based, behind the scenes, show what is going on behind the scenes. And you still have to go out and meet people.
And I guess, well, you know, if you've been to and had help with someone like yourself, you've got kind of, I suppose, a capsule wardrobe that you kind of know. This is what you're going to be wearing for that kind of meeting. This is what you're going to wear when you're doing this kind of photo shoot or this kind of video. It takes away the pain. And
exactly.
I can talk from experience there. You know, as part of my career, I've been on stage a lot, presenting, anything from 10 people to 10,000. And if I know what I'm wearing the next day, I sleep better. Whereas days, I can remember when I've got up, not planned what I'm wearing, and I've tried on 10 different outfits in the morning and felt totally not me. For the it sets me off on the wrong foot.
Some people are planners, some people are mood dressers. You know, some people can get up and want to just wear what they wear that day, but some people just feel much better. Now, for me, I'm like you. If I'm doing something, I'm going out there, I want it planned out. And again, that's the beauty of when you know what you've got in your wardrobe. You know, you can plan effectively, but also you can fill in the gaps you need to effectively. Because one of the biggest things I see is people buying for a lifestyle that they don't have. Especially as women, as we move on, you know, in our 20s, early 20s, you know, it's all about going out. And we can justify buying a going out top for some reason, can't we? But one thing we don't justify, and I see this so much, ladies, is buying things to feel good indoors. Everything
Yeah.
doesn't have to be for the garden indoors or something old for indoors. I think the last year has taught us that. We all know how much better we feel when we get dressed up, and I don't mean wearing the ball gown indoors, but when we dress up indoors and we feel good about ourselves rather than being in our PJs all day.
I remember that actually, because lockdown 1, I didn't bother doing my hair, makeup, and I just felt terrible. Lockdown 2, I said to myself, do you know what? You're going to get up as if you're seeing people every single day.
Yeah.
And I felt better from within. I spoke to people more confidently because I loved myself a little bit more, and that confidence then comes out. So new people listening in now, you know, or if you're listening in on the replay, please ask us any questions. We're here to answer them, whether it's live or after. And Janine is also going to be taking 20-minute free clarity calls. So just explain to everyone what would happen on that clarity call, Janine.
That's a chance for people to ask me anything that they want to, a chance for me to explain exactly how the services that I offer work, and how I can help them. Some people just have a few questions and then they might make a decision and think, actually, I'm all right on my own. And other people then can make a decision, you know what, this is right for me and I want to work with you. And it also makes sure that the two of us have a synergy, because as you know, if you're working with a coach, it's really important that you have a good synergy with the person that you're working with.
So when we're talking of women in business, whether they're entrepreneurs or career women, what would you say is the importance of them knowing their personal brand?
Boils down to authenticity. Okay. You've got to be real. You can't try and be somebody else. If you try and copy somebody else, you can only do that for a certain amount of time. And when I say you'll get found out, you'll just lose your way with it. You need to be yourself. And I think that is the most important thing, because your vibe attracts your tribe. And if you're not being authentically yourself, then you're going to attract the wrong type of customer who is then going to meet you, and the synergy is not going to be there. So it's so important. And the other thing is, if you're not in business, but you are in a career, in a corporate business or something, and you're looking to step up that career ladder, it's so important for you to understand who you are, to really empower you to have the confidence that when you go for a position or a new position in a new company, because people make a decision on you within 7 seconds of meeting you, before you've even opened your mouth, before you've said a word, somebody has formed an opinion of you subconsciously. So you want that to be the best opinion. Same goes at a networking event. The amount of networking events I've been to, and I don't think people stop and think actually that it's the whole package that somebody sees when they walk in. We might stand up and say a 60-second pitch, but if I asked probably half the audience afterwards what most of those people will have said, they won't have taken it in, but they'll have recognized who that person was. And somebody who is dynamic and confident and stands out, walks in confident, looks great, is going to stand out from the crowd. And people sometimes say it doesn't matter what I wear. Research has shown that it does, and people do care what other people think. You know, people go, oh, I don't care what other people think of me. Actually, deep down, we all do.
I think we all do. Yeah, it's kind of just a bit of a blanket when people say that. Yeah. So what would you say, how is the best way to get visible with your brand?
You need to put your brand out there. You need to stop worrying that once a day or twice a day is too much. You need to remember that everybody isn't focused on you. I think any of us who've been in business for a while will say, when we started off naively, you're like a little bit like timid and like, oh my God, I put myself out there. I'm going back in my shell now. And I'm going to be annoying everybody. I'm annoying my friends. What will my family think? You've got to put that to one side and you've got to step into that. You kind of got to be in that role and think, right, I'm putting myself out there, and you swim your own lane and you get yourself visible. And I'm not telling you to be something you're not. You have to build your confidence up. And I've worked with a number of coaches, and one of the nicest sayings, I think, is one that somebody told me recently, which is taking messy action. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have everything spot on, because people relate more to authentic, real people. So you just need to get yourself and get your brand, but you need to be clear, as you know, in your vision, your mission and your goals, and know where you want to take it. Otherwise you're scattergunning. And I think you've probably covered this a number of times as well, is knowing your niche, how important that is. Otherwise you're trying to appeal to everybody, and when you try and appeal to everybody, you end up appealing to nobody. So niche, niche, niche.
I think that's so true, because, you know, I always talk to the women that I work with and say, you can only be the best version of yourself.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, we can look at other people and we can think, well, I want to be a little bit like them, but you can't be them. So you can't get yourself wrong. And failing is part of it. You just get better each time you do it.
Exactly.
In fact, I did a reel on my Instagram today about don't listen to the one negative. And let them stop you in your tracks, because there's always going to be one negative, but our brains seem to be programmed to listen to that one thing rather than the 100 people that said, do you know what, you're doing great. Those ones that are encouraging you, you know. And I say in life, you've got radiators and drains.
I say that, you've got radiators and drains. And I also think that one of the most important things you can do, and I know it's certainly been, you know, a game changer for me, is setting your day up the right way. You know, not spending your mornings scrolling through the phone, setting your day up with intention, doing your exercise, doing your gratitude, getting into that zone and getting into that happy zone in your head. Because when you're being grateful, when you're being happy for the smaller things, your brain cannot be negative. It's just, you can't be grateful and negative at the same time, sort of optimism, pessimism. So you're training your brain to start the day in an optimistic way. And that's when I also, in business, whereas I could write a list as long as my arm, we probably all could, of things that we need to get done in the day. But actually, you know, put down 3 things that you can do and you can really get done, you know, realistically get done.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of giving yourself a chance, and maybe, you know, also listing the things that you're going to say no to in that day too. You know, actually, I haven't got time for that today. Not being worried about saying no to people all the time. You can say no politely.
I think that's a real good lesson to learn as well, is we can't be doing everything for everybody. It is about having those priorities and moving those things that are going to move yourself, your family, your goals forward, and not being scared to say no, because there's so much stuff out there and what have you. So it's just being true to your own values, really, isn't it?
Totally, absolutely.
So tell us a little bit more about colour analysis. How does that work?
So the psychology of colour is just so empowering, especially, again, and tonight we are focusing on obviously business. I was just reading the comments there that coming through. Yes, so the psychology of colour, and that's what I work on with my clients when they come to me. What we're trying to do is find out the best palette of colours that work in harmony with somebody's, and it's all to do with your skin undertone, your hair and your eyes. And with that, then, have you had colour analysis before yourself at all?
Do you know what, I have a long time ago. More when I was blonde.
I'm just reaching back to grab some of these because they're right here. So these are like the drapes that I would use in yellow, and as you can see, there's like 4 different yellows there. And funny enough, yellow is one of the colours, Pantone colours of the year. But I would say it's probably the one colour that most people will go to me, oh, I can't wear yellow. But actually, there is a yellow for everybody. The thing is there's a yellow and then there's a yellow. So it depends which one works for you, and that all depends on your hair, skin and your eyes. And what we do is we go through that whole process to work out the palette of colours that work best on you. But also, a little bit deeper than that, I look at the psychology of colour, and I look at your colour temperament as well. Because some people, again, suppress their personality, for instance, through wearing black. And black itself is people think it's a slimming colour. It kind of is, but any one block colour, a darkness, is slimming. People also think with the the black that you know, it is the color to wear for interviews and different things, you know, and it is a stylish color, and it was made stylish by Coco Chanel back in the 1950s due to the little black dress. But before that, it was only ever worn for mourning. And there are some people, there's only one season that can wear black well, and that is a winter. And that means somebody who is got very contrasting skin, very sort of dark hair generally, very bright eyes, and very cool skin tone. The rest of us just cannot wear it up against our faces well. What happens is we get all the dark shadows under our chins, which none of us want as we get older. We've got enough going saggy down here without that. It can show up the dark circles under our eyes. I mean, who hasn't needed their roots doing over the last sort of 9 months or so?
So Janine, talking to you, I'm thinking, when people come and have their colour analysis done, do they go away feeling quite surprised at the colours that you say to them?
Right, we work in unison together, because what's really important to me is that people understand the colours that suit them. More often than not all the time, more often than not, people will come in and go, people will say to me, this colour looks amazing on me, and you'll find it's one of their wow colours. They won't realise that. They'll just go, oh, whenever I wear this, and it could be really old, people always say I look good in it.
Yeah.
But what is really great is obviously when you start putting the colours on, people, to begin with, they're like, no, I can't see. But then by the time we've gone around all the spectrum of colours, they see which ones are really working and which ones aren't. So from that, they can then start really building a wardrobe of clothes and building that colour into it and feeling confident wearing colour.
Whereas I suppose a lot of people don't wear the colour because they haven't got the confidence to do it.
They haven't got the confidence.
Yeah, they put it on, and you're right. I'm talking now, I suppose, from experience, because I can think, you know, maybe I'll be quite bland in my colours.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the past, but then I've worn something really bright, and that day a lot of people have said, "Wow, that looks really nice."
And the thing is, you have the ability to change your mood and somebody else's mood with the colour you wear. For instance, blue is it's a colour of trust, and that's why banks use it a lot. If you know, in marketing, you know, when we see logos and the logo colour choices, and they're not by chance. Red is a very vibrant colour of energy. And you think of the people who use that. You've got Coca-Cola, you've got Virgin Atlantic who use that. Yellow is the colour to evoke joy and happiness. Yeah. One logo that comes to mind straight away is McDonald's, you know, with the Happy Meal. You've got green, which is a very calming colour. You know, and there are loads of businesses and a lot of car companies use that as well. So, you know, years ago, like nurses, I mean, they do still wear blue. And the reason they wear blue is because it's a colour that releases oxytocin in the brain and actually calms people down. It makes them physically feel more at rest. So there's a whole psychology behind it too.
It is pretty, you know, you can see it when someone explains it to you. It's totally, wow, I can see that. So let's talk a little bit general just to finish off now. Summer is coming up, we hope, although it's been pouring rain. I mean, this time last year, we were out in the paddling pool all day.
Yeah.
Whereas now, we've been under the umbrellas for men. What should we be looking at for this summer? What are the colours and the trends?
Okay, colours for this season. I'm going to grab one down here, because I moved into my new studio yesterday, or just made myself go like that. That's what we need, isn't it, when we're live? And it's got load of clothes here. So actually, there's two colours here. So this is pink.
I'm in the right colour.
Yeah, the bubblegum pink, as it's called, is, I would really say, the colour of the season. And the two colours that go really well together are red and pink together, if you can see that.
Oh wow. Yes.
They're two very, I mean, okay, you've got to be quite bold to do it, but you see a lot of people wearing those two colours together. Black and white, I mean, they're always stylish, but they are back in trend as such this year. As I said, the yellow, a bright yellow, is the Pantone colour of the year, and so is a light grey. This year, Pantone chose two colours that affect what we have in our homes and what we wear as well. With pastels, they are really, really big for this summer. but just be careful, make sure you can wear them, because there are some skin tones that will really wash you out if you try and wear like a pastel colour. As far as designs go, the talk on the town is that skinny jeans, ladies, are no more. I'd just like to say everybody loves a skinny jean. I don't know any of my clients who don't. They're not going anywhere. I think if we were 15 or 20, then we're going to have a different viewpoint on it. But they're a staple. But if you want to move out of the skinny jean territory, then go for a straight leg jean or a boyfriend jean, a balloon jean, something like that. But one little tip I will give you is if you're going for something sort of more voluminous on the bottom half, keep the top half more streamlined. Otherwise, you've got the possibility of literally adding volume to your size. And if you don't want to do that, if you're not going for that silhouette, just a little tip for you there. The big collars that were in last year, they're back in again this year. Probably bigger collars, bigger sleeves. And if anybody was a big Bridgerton fan, then the dresses from Bridgerton, the real exaggerated style dresses, people want to get dressed up again. Those are coming in, and those are going to go right the way through into winter this year as well. You're going to see loads of that. We used to call them bodies. I now call them second skin tops. They're back as well. Blazers. But this year, you've got two types of blazers. You've got the oversized blazer and you've got the tailored blazer. And the tailored blazer is great if you're a petite or you want to accentuate your waist. You know, don't hide your body away in big baggy clothes thinking that that's going to hide, you know, a multitude of sins. In fact, it tends to make things look bigger. Accentuate your figure, own your curves, own your style.
Which is what you're all about. So for anyone listening in, whether you're listening in live, listening on the replay, then connect with Janine. You've got her email address there. You can also find her on Instagram or on her website, and just get a 20-minute clarity call. I know I'm going to be going along to your new studio. I can't wait to meet you in person and to have my colour analysis done and see how well I'm doing, what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, and how I can improve my confidence, because it is all totally what you feel on the outside is what you put out there. And I think, you know, being a woman in business now and so much of it online, you've got to be feeling right to get it right to attract more.
Don't worry about the competition, swim your own lane.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's been amazing speaking to you, Janine. Thank you so much for your time tonight. I really wish you the best of success in your new place. And looking forward to connecting with you very soon. And I'm sure you'll be getting quite a few contacts to come along and find out a little bit more as well. So good evening, everyone.
Thank you.